Hi everyone, welcome to week 4. I'd like to give you a very quick overview. First of all, we are going to be creating assessments. In this case, it's going to be a quiz. You'll also see how you can use this practical tool for anonymous and graded surveys. I think you'll like it. So the first thing I want to do is go over to the module area and just show you how to get started. And as I'm talking about the module area, one thing that I do want to remind you is when you have completed an assignment, remember you're going to be looking at the assignment as a student in EDUC 50, and then you're going to be going over to your sandbox. I want to show you something over here. When you're in your sandbox and you want to just do a Control-C to copy this URL, you can actually put this in the assignment area in your class, and that way I know exactly where you're going to be working and for me to go and check on that activity. The reason we do this is because some of you have told me that you do not want to use this particular sandbox or this particular class, and you've told me that you might want to start developing and designing your activities and your modules in somewhere else. That's perfectly fine. So instead of me doing a search for what you've done in your sandboxes, just copy and paste this URL. Again, Control-C, and I'm just going to go down over here to week 4. And this assignment right here, this is where you would go, and then you're going to submit it. So you don't see this quite as a student would. So let me go into the student view very quickly. I hope you remember to use this. This is wonderful. It's so easy. So I'm going to go back here. Here's the hands-on. And when you are ready to let me know that you have completed that assignment, click on the Submit Assignment, and you can just paste that URL into here and then write me a little note, even ask some questions. I love when you ask questions and you want me to maybe explain something further. So this is a unique identifier. Each of your courses will have a number similar to this. Okay? Also, I do want to remind you that I put a lot of time into my comments. And so when I give you feedback, please check that out. And I'll show you what that looks like if you haven't done that already. When you are in, yes, I do want to leave this. When you are in the gradebook, notice you have the score, and then you have out of the total number of points. And then you can come over here, and when you see this little comment icon, once you click on it, it's going to open up and it's going to give you the comments and the feedback that I've provided to you. Okay, so now here's where the fun begins, and I'm going to leave my student view, and then I'm going to go into my sandbox, and this is my sandbox over here. And one of the things that I recommend, and this is not something that you have to stick to, some of our instructors like to go straight to the area that they're going to be developing or creating the activity, in this case the quiz. If you do that, that's fine. And some of you have done that already, but I want you to know that if you create it in the quiz content area, it's not necessarily going to be in your module. So what you can do is you can actually come over here to the plus sign and you can select Add Quiz, and if you've created it already, you just need to add it. If you haven't created it already, then you're going to be creating it for the first time. I hope that makes sense. I can go over that when we meet on Thursday, and you can also ask me some questions. So I'm going to click on Add Item because I'm going to be creating a new quiz, and then with the quiz name, Scavenger Hunt Practice. The idea of this particular quick and easy quiz is, again, a safety net. You've heard me talk about that. It's something to get your students familiar with the Canvas learning environment, in this case a quiz, and it's also to be able to see if your students are reading your syllabus, getting familiar with the classroom. So I think it's a really good idea to combine. Now, if I click on the Edit button up here, going to take me behind the scenes. Notice I have a Details tab and a Questions tab. I would say let's put the instructions in first, go through some of these options and settings We are going to learn how to add the Proctorio. It's not here yet. I'll be doing that live with you on Thursday, and then you can watch the archive if you can't make it. Proctorio is how you took your initial scavenger hunt quiz in my class. It is a lockdown browser feature. Okay, so you pick your settings. We can talk about that later if you have any questions. And then you're going to create the questions by going to this questions tab and clicking on new questions. Notice you have a variety of choices. And this is more of a practice quiz. It's low risk. It's easy. Students can be looking at their syllabus during this time or navigating around the class if they open up another browser, unless you put the Proctorio lockdown browser features on there. Okay, so have fun with this, and we'll talk more on Thursday night. I really appreciate all your hard work you're doing. I do want to remind you that this week, when we start discussing assessments, you don't necessarily have to have the work done. Just pop in there. It's a really good question. I want to hear your thoughts, and it really helps to build community when we can all discuss before Sunday. That way everybody has a chance to reply to each other. Okay, so basically, I'm just asking you about assessments in general. Have you thought about what kind of assessments you'll be setting up for your online class? If you don't have any ideas, that's perfectly fine. Maybe some of us can help you develop some ideas along the way. I'm also interested in how you feel about some of these questions here. All right, well, have a great week, and I'll see you online. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you be successful. All right, thank you.